Welcome to this explainer. You know that old saying, right? Never judge a book by its cover? Well, today we're actually going to do exactly that. In our super fast-paced, digital-first world, we are so used to consuming media at just lightning speed. But right now, we're going to slow down. We are going to take a really meditative, meticulous approach and deconstruct the hidden depths of one single physical artifact. Honestly, it's kind of amazing just how much narrative, culture, and deep meaning can be packed into a single, static image. So let's dive right in.
I want you to just let your eyes wander over this full cover for a moment. Seriously, just sit with the artwork. Look at those deep, dark, almost earth-like textures forming the background, and notice how that incredibly bright, glowing text just seems to hover right over it. There is this profound sense of mystery here, isn't there? Before we even begin extracting its specific secrets, you can practically feel the weight of this book. It doesn't look like some light, breezy beach read. It looks ancient. It looks like a secret being pulled straight out of the shadows. And honestly, that's exactly where we're going to start our investigation.
Section 1. The Mark of Prestige. Decoding the top script.
Okay, draw your focus up to the very top edge of the cover. This right here is the absolute first piece of information the publisher wants us to process, even before we read the title itself. Look closely at this isolated line of Kannada text. Even if you don't read the script, you just have to appreciate the elegant, sweeping curves of the typography here. It's subtle, tucked away up there at the top, but let me tell you, it carries an immense amount of weight.
So, translated, that top line reads, John Pith Award-winning novel. Now, the John Pith Award is India's absolute highest literary honor, literally the top of the top. By placing this right out of the gate at the top of the cover, it instantly transforms this book from a simple story into a monumental cultural artifact. It's a promise to the reader. It tells us we are about to explore deep human history, philosophy, and traditional wisdom. It's a bold statement that traditional values and ancient narratives still hold immense award-winning relevance today.
Section 2. Decoding the title. The golden letters.
Now, notice the sheer visual impact of this typography. We've moved our attention down to the most prominent element on the cover. Displayed all on its own like this, you can really see how this bright, almost fiery yellow script is designed to stand in stark contrast to that shadowy background we looked at earlier. It absolutely demands your attention. So what does this blazing text actually say? It translates to Mookajji's dreams, or Mookajji's visions. Now here is where it gets really interesting. The suffix Ajji refers to a grandmother figure in Kannada. This instantly sparks a deep curiosity, right? Because a grandmother is so often the ultimate keeper of ancestral memory. She's the living bridge between ancient traditions and the modern generation. The title alone tells us we're about to delve into the mind of an elder who sees way beyond the present moment, reminding us exactly why those traditional values still matter so much to our modern world.
Section 3. The author and publisher, the creators of the artifact.
Right above our glowing title, we find the author's name, Dr. K. Shivarama Karath. He is an absolute titan of literature, a name that single-handedly guarantees a deeply philosophical and culturally rich journey. And then, if you let your eyes follow the shadows all the way down to the bottom left corner, you'll spot the publisher's emblem, Sapna, neatly nestled in that little white oval. These textual clues are basically our tethers. They take all these ethereal concepts, the dreams, the visions, the ancient traditions, and they anchor them firmly into the physical world.
Section 4. Analyzing the abstract art. Lighting, silhouette, and mood.
Okay, I want to pivot away from the literal text for a second and try to decode this mysterious visual composition dominating the center. Try to weigh the sharp, bright text on the left against the abstract, kind of jagged silhouettes on the right. It's a brilliant contrast. One side is definitive, bright, and legible, but the artistic core of the cover, it's obscured, it's fluid, and it's completely draped in heavy shadow.
Which brings us to a massive visual question. What exactly is this shrouded figure supposed to represent? Notice those warm, golden hues illuminating just the left edge of the silhouette? It almost hints at a fire burning just out of the frame. It feels like an ancient statue, or maybe an elder wrapped up in a shawl sitting quietly by a fire. It is just a masterful piece of visual storytelling, suggesting the passing down of profound visions and traditional wisdom from the past, right into our present.
So, before we literally step past the cover, let's just quickly summarize the concrete details we've extracted from this one single visual plane.
We have a Jnanpith Award-winning masterpiece. It's penned by Dr. K. Shivarma Karanth, published by Sapna, entitled Mookajji's Dreams. In just a few square inches of cardboard and ink, we've uncovered this profound promise of a story steeped in ancestral wisdom, one that challenges us to look back at our traditions in order to fully understand our present.
Section 5. Into the blank canvas. The space between visions.
You know, when you open a really profound book, you don't immediately hit the story. First, you are met with a blank canvas. I want us to just embrace the silence of this negative space for a moment. It's a deliberate breath designed by the bookmakers. You've just taken in all that heavy, shadowy art, the glowing golden text, the immense weight of the prestigious award. And now, just a pause. This blankness is like a palate cleanser before we transition directly into the complex, traditional mind of our protagonist. Let's maintain this slow, deliberate pace. This unread page represents something incredibly powerful to me. Vast, totally uncharted territory. When you open a book that deals with deep-rooted traditions and sweeping ancestral visions, you are standing right on the precipice of a new world. The emptiness you see here isn't just nothing. It is pure, unadulterated potential.
As we look into that empty space, let's overlay the concept of Kanasugalu, dreams, or visions. This reinforces the ultimate promise of the title. Because, think about it, the true visions aren't actually on the cover. The cover was just the gateway. It was the invitation. The real potent dreams of Mookajji are waiting out there in the pages that are yet to come.
Let this imagery sit in quiet reflection. Think about that lingering, highly specific feeling of holding a closed, mysterious book in your hands. You know the physical weight of it, you know the promise of the author's pedigree, and you've really felt the mood of the cover art. But the true experience, the actual lessons and traditions, they're still locked away inside this quiet void.
Which leaves us with one final provocative thought. What visions truly lie waiting in the pages beyond that masterful artifact? We've decoded the surface, we've understood the incredible cultural weight it carries, and we've felt the heat of that golden artistic fire. But the actual dreams of Mookajji, that rich, invaluable tapestry of ancestral memory and tradition, well, those are yours to discover. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope the next time you pick up a book, you take a moment to truly read the cover before you ever turn the page.